So how will the EVE experience change with Tyrannis?
We have two main things coming in, which is planetary interactions. So for the first time, our Capsuleer pilots are going to be turning their attention down to the surfaces of the planets for the resources there, and so the populations of the planets need to start, worrying about that. So there's going to be players are going to be able to put down installations and manufacture things, link up different installations for different results, and we're going to have an entry level that is not too high, so everyone should be able to get into that, but you're going to be able to expand a lot and get a lot better at it and get a lot more out of it. So it's going to be like an RTS style gameplay added to the whole EVE universe. Then we're going to have EVE Gate, which is like a social media platform around EVE Online, where players are going to be able to organize, have shared calendars, check their in-game mail from outside the game, and do some, posting on walls and that sort of stuff to begin with. Then we plan to expand on that in the future, but that's like the first iteration of that. So those are the two main things.
Okay. So speaking of the planets, because there's another game coming where planets will be a huge part, Dusk 514, and how will that work with the new expansion, and that you can actually do gameplay on the planets in EVE as well?
Mm-hmm. Planetary interaction is sort of the we're kind of laying down, doing the groundwork for that, So this is like one of the steps in that direction, making the actual installations on planets and starting to do surface stuff, and then that's all going to connect together in the end.
So it's actually like a step to sort of bridge the gap between the two games.
Yeah. So you're going to have this one world, the EVE universe, and you're going to have these multiple entry points into it, and going to be able to play in space or on the planets, or even from outside the game in the social media network. So it's yeah.
Could you go a little bit more into detail exactly how the planetary mining will work in the game?
Mm-hmm. Not all the details are in yet. It's still being balanced, and we're working out the details. And we put up some stuff on our test server so our players can start, commenting on it and playing with it, and we can get some results from that. But it's going to be, you're going to be able to put down, you're going to use satellites to scan the planets and find resource-rich areas where you can put down your installations, and then you have to put down various different ones for different materials and depending on what you want to produce. And also one thing about it is that you're going to be able to, players are going to be able to produce some items that they have not been able to produce before. Goods that have been made by NPCs up until now. So we're getting one step closer to completely closing the gap between the NPC-controlled market and the player-run market. So the player-run market is going to take over in the end. That's what we're aiming for. And yeah.
Speaking of that, how will you prepare the economy for that influx of player-created resources?
Yeah, that's a whole big balancing thing that we are going to have to work on, and we're going to be introducing steps of this. And we have actually an economist with a PhD degree in economy, and he's got his whole team, and they work with our game designers on balancing the inflow of valuables into the economy versus what leaves it. So yeah.
So you've been working on walking in stations for quite a while. How's that coming along, and will we be walking on planets before we're walking in stations?
We're going to be probably walking in planets, in stations first. There's always been a team working on that, so we have a pretty good chunk of people working on that alongside all these other projects and expansions ever since we started working on that. So that's being worked on, and that's a shared technology that's going to work for us in other projects as well.
So do you have any timetable for that, or?
Nothing I would like to commit to at the moment, but yeah, we're working on that, and we're getting closer, and it's going to be pretty awesome. I can tell you that.
All right, looking forward to that. And when will Tyrannis be out?
Tyrannis is going to be out this summer, early summer, probably May. So,
thank you very much for your time.